friends. Hi, are we with each other? There we go. Oh, there's a little one.
What?
Come and join.
Yeah.
Who have you got there?
A little puppet.
She's got a little puppet.
It's called Mr. Clever Clogs?
Mr. Clever Clogs. Did you just make that up?
No, I think it is his name.
Here, let me scooch over, make some space. Let me pop it down a bit, then we can see you properly. So you're going to put Mr. Clever Clogs down a minute, because I need your hands ready. I'm going to be passing you pictures to help us tell the story of Jonah.
My hair looks nice.
Your hair does look nice. Jonah is our next book of the Bible in our series of working through all the books of the Bible. And Jonah, I will introduce to you. Can you hold
too
Jonah?
Bright.
If you hold it nice and steady. So here we have Jonah. Jonah looks pretty happy.
Yes, he does.
Jonah's job is as a prophet. What do prophets do?
Be mean.
Be mean? What are they trying to do?
Warn everyone. Like doom is coming.
Doom is coming. Don't do those things anymore. And then the idea is that people listening learn.
Yes.
And everything works out again. And they change their behaviour where their behaviour needs to change. And they change their hearts where their hearts need to change. But one day, Jonah gets a message from God. Because all of this is passing on messages from God. But one day, Jonah gets a message he does not like. Show us Jonah's face.
And his face looks like this. It's like in Home Alone where he puts the things on and go, ah!
Yes, it is. You hold him nice and steady. And Jonah's message that he heard that he did not want to hear was that he needed to go and be a prophet to the city of Nineveh. And Nineveh were famous for being horrid, for murdering each other, for stealing from each other. And God wanted Jonah to go and take a message to the people of Nineveh and go, you've got to stop it. Now's the time. Last warning, all right? Stop it.
They could just kill him.
Jonah did not want to give Nineveh a last chance.
No.
So
he did not want to do this to them.
He didn't. He didn't think they deserved it.
No.
He didn't think they deserved it. Because he knew, as a prophet, that when people heard God's message, very often they would turn around and they would change their behaviour. And he didn't want them to have the chance to do that. So he ran off as fast as he could in the opposite direction on a boat. He went as far as he possibly could. That looks good. Far away from where God had asked him to be. Have you ever been asked to do anything and you've gone and done exactly the opposite?
Especially not in school.
Not in school. Are you a bit of a goody two-shoes in school? What about if I ask you to do something? Sometimes. I know that there are times where I've been praying or I've been thinking about maybe a row that I've had with somebody or a difficult conversation with somebody, and I know, I know that my message from God is to be calm and loving. And am I always calm and loving?
No. Not always.
Because sometimes I don't believe that the other person deserves it.
No.
And no matter how much God loves them, I don't think they deserve it.
Same.
So I get a bit like this, and a bit judgy, and a bit, no,
I love
you're
how I
wrong.
put this picture.
So, he's on this boat.
Woo!
But then it goes a little bit like this. And there's a storm. And the other people on the boat, the other people on the boat are like, they're not stupid. They know this is not a normal storm. This is a storm from God going, Jonah, wrong way, mate.
Wait, I need to sort the picture out.
And so the people on the boat say to Jonah, look, you told us you were running away from God. What do we need to do so that God doesn't sink our boat? We're scared for our lives here. What do we do? And Jonah, in a moment of honesty, says, you're going to have to throw me overboard. Until you take me off this ship and let God do what he wants with me, because I have run away from him. This is between me and God now. Your boat's not safe. So the men, what do you think they said?
Really?
Yeah, exactly. They threw everything else off instead of Jonah. They didn't want to hurt Jonah. But in the end, they give in and they throw Jonah off. So here, pop your boat down because the boat's safe now. So here Jonah is. Still angry.
He's still going into the water.
And into the whale.
Mum, put it behind.
Put it behind, okay. So now we have the famous bit of Jonah and the whale.
Yeah.
This is the story that we know, isn't it? These are all the pictures we see, sometimes the puzzles we do. This is the story of Jonah and the whale, and Jonah has been swallowed by a big fish. It doesn't actually say whale, probably not a whale, because the way their teeth are formed, not going to happen. Swallowed by a big fish, where he sits for 3 days, having a cry, and a bit of a, okay, God, I'm sorry. Running away was a bad plan. All you wanted me to do was warn people, like is my job, to warn people so that they had the chance to come back to you, and I didn't want to do it. So
Just let me out, though.
So he gets let out, gets spat out.
Wait, no. This was his face when he got out.
Or this.
Oh.
So pop the whale down. So here we go. We have the city of Nineveh. And he finally goes to the city of Nineveh. And he talks to the Ninevites. And he says, "You're doing the wrong thing." And the Ninevites say, "Oh." And everybody from the king to the poorest person in the city, they all feel really sad and really sorry about how they've behaved, and they change.
You can't just do that. They probably would kill you.
You'd think it was a risk, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
But what the Bible tells us in the story of Jonah is they changed. They hoped God would change his mind about them. Having a picture. There we go. Yes. So they changed their mind. So we've got the city. You keep the city there. And now we've got Jonah. And Jonah doesn't entirely buy this. He thinks that maybe, even though people are sorry, maybe God will be angry enough anyway to destroy the city. And that would be very satisfying because he still doesn't think they're really worth a second chance. So what Jonah does is he climbs a hill to get a really good view. Because he wants a really good view when God destroys the city.
Will God actually know?
He wants this. What he gets while he waits is God grows a plant. Because he's sitting out in the sun, so God grows a plant to shelter Jonah.
Uh-oh.
And he sits and he waits, and no lightning bolts come.
No.
But the plant that Jonah is now completely in love with, he loves this plant. It gives him shade. It makes him feel better. He's very happy with this plant. What God does is, under the sun, is he sends a little worm. Wait a minute. We're not ready for those yet. Trust me.
No, I just wanted to get the sun so I could hold it up.
He sends a little worm.
Uh-oh.
And the worm kills the plant, eats it from the inside. And now Jonah has no plant. Where's our sad face? Jonah is under the sun with no plant.
Near the city.
Near the city with no thunderbolts. And he's upset. Oh, he's upset. He's so upset. He says, "God, I'm just going to lie down here. You might as well kill me. Life is not worth living anymore. You've let the Ninevites live. You've taken away my plant. And I am," upside down, "angry about it. I'm really angry about it. And God says, Jonah, can you take a look at yourself? This city, actually, he starts by saying, that plant that you loved so much, did you plant it? Did you grow it?
No.
Did you help it get big and strong? Did you do anything, in fact, to help it live? No. But you benefited from it, and you loved that plant, even though you had nothing to do with it springing out of the ground. How much more do you think I love this city of people that I did plant, that I did grow, and that I do love? And you are upset about the death of a plant. How much do you think I care about a city of people? Of course I wanted to send you so that they could get back into relationship with me. Oh, come on, mate. Get off the ground. These are people that matter. And we don't really know how Jonah replies. I think he might have stayed a bit like that. Or maybe a bit like this. God's confusing.
Yes.
He gives second chances where we don't think people deserve them.
I can't see myself. Do I look good?
You look good. And that's the story of Jonah. And I wonder if you've ever felt like you've been given a second chance and you didn't deserve it. Or have you ever been asked to give somebody a second chance and felt they didn't deserve it?
No.
Sometimes we need to get out of relationships that hurt us again and again and again. Giving a second chance isn't always about letting people hurt us. We need to keep ourselves safe. But we can give people the opportunity to change their behaviour. And Nineveh did that. They were given the chance and they took it. And they loved God. Jonah, have you ever felt like Jonah sitting on a hill waiting, I hope something bad happens to them. They ruddy deserve it. You ever felt like that?
No, but my back really hurts.
The back really hurts. So, that's it from us. Just some thoughts to leave you with. Whoever you are, wherever you are, God loves you. And we're very, very lucky with that. Happy Sunday. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.